Let's get right into this video. So again, I wanted to talk about something that I have talked about earlier a few days ago. I talked about weight, but weight on the past and the present, and that doesn't have to be the end all be all. But it gives you an idea, because when I'm talking about weight, you're thinking, what does he mean by weight? And then I give you the comparisons between past and present. And I will tell you, hanging on to memories is a really good feeling, and that's a feeling that I don't remember, to be very honest. I don't remember holding on to any memories prior to turning an adult age. You know what I mean? And I'm serious. You know, um, I remember being younger, being a little kid and being like, oh, that's a really cool memory. Oh, that's a real cool memory. Oh, that's really a cool memory. And I'll honestly tell you so sixth grade, and I was listening to Tupac all the time, but sixth grade, that entire year, all I listened to was Tupac. I mean, I listened to a lot of his songs, but in particular, I listened to the All Eyes on Me album. Listened to every song on there, and I stopped listening to Tupac after sixth grade. Okay, and the funny thing is that till today, I'm like I said, I stopped listening to it, but Tupac was all about that. Tupac was all about memories. He's got these songs, and he talks about his experiences and things like that. And I gotta tell you, like at some point, I just stopped. I just didn't have that in my mind, I remember being a little kid and never telling anybody if I ever had a crush on a girl. And I'll tell you honestly, I just didn't want that Tree song coming up. I remember that Tree song, and I would sing it sometimes with the kids, but I didn't want that coming at me. Kissing, first come to love. All that stuff. You know what I mean? Sitting in a tree and all that stuff. And and I never got that thrown at me because I was very careful as a kid. I was very careful, and I didn't want anybody to say that. You know what I mean? But I really didn't really have that many crushes, and the reason was really that I felt like I was a little too mature. And sometimes I felt like, even though I was relating to the kids around me, I always in the back of my mind, I was like, I gotta remember that they're kids, and they're not the most mature individuals, and that really helped me get along with them better, with the separation that, okay, I gotta realize that they are kids, that they will cry, they will complain, they will act like kids, because that's what they are. I'm a little bit more mature, and that's very clear and obvious. But I gotta be, I gotta give them that understanding, when I'm around them, right? And but really, I'll tell you, like I didn't have any memories, man, and it's crazy because and I remember people from school and stuff like that, like high school especially, because in high school you act like you're most immature, and you do all the craziest shit when you're in that time. Even if it's just trying marijuana or something like that, people do shit like that. It's supposed to be cool, right? But I will tell you, I turned 18, turned 19, and it was really like, and it was, and I always talk about that when a couple of people from my past came up, a couple of girls that and I didn't really used to talk to them that much. I only like interacted with them like a handful of times, a few times, and I did actually see them even when I was older, like in that teenage age, I saw them. I never really thought about them though. I never really thought about anybody. I didn't really care. I didn't really think about anybody. But when that was kind of thrown at me, and I guess they wanted me to know, and it was thrown at me, and I still remember that very night that that it was thrown at me, and I was like, wow, like I woke up the next day a different person. I woke up the next day, and honestly, I didn't want to rep for anybody. I didn't want to rep for people that I used to rep for from school. I didn't want to talk about, oh, me and so and so were best friends. Oh, me and so got along really well. Oh, me and so played on that team or something like that. It was all gone. Like I didn't really care about so and and all that. And I know that growing up as a child on this planet, it has a lot of things to it. You know what I mean? and it was always this marriage thing that was always, oh, you gotta get married, you gotta get married, you gotta get married thing. And it was always thrown at me all the time. Oh, you have to get married. Oh, trust me, you're gonna get married so young. Like, so many people would tell me, you have to find a girl to marry. Find her right now. Tie the knot with her right now, get married. Everybody used to always throw that at me. Don't try to be a player. Don't be a player. You are like husband material. They always throw that at me. Find one girl, marry her, stay with her for life, kind of thing. Be the best, be this kind of special couple or whatever the case is. And I really didn't care about that. But I gotta tell you, when I thought back to that, having even limited experiences with them, knowing that they had reached out to me, knowing that they wanted to be with me, or around me. Now, I don't know the details of all that, but knowing that they were, that's when they started coming into my life, and I did I did some fucked up, and I did some shit like I think it was literally like the week after that. I remember waking up the next day or a day after that, going to some place, some kind of market, and seeing people around there and kind of throwing it at them. I was like, dude, I'm getting that, because that's my, like, I'm getting mines, man. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from getting mines. And those are mines, and they're with me, and I don't give a fuck about your stereotypes or the stigmas you have in your head or whatever the case is, or that you think I'm a loser. At that time, I'd already robbed the bank, so they would think I'm a loser. And I said, I don't give a fuck, because when it comes to that, ain't no man getting between me and that. Ain't no woman, ain't nobody gonna stop it. And I really put that out there, and I could see some women like smiling at me. You know what I mean? I could see women smiling at me, like, holy, like, this guy is got balls, and sometimes they would think that I was part Saudi, part Italian. So they were like, oh my God, the Saudi and Italian in him is coming out. He's acting like a Saudi and Italian. I gotta be honest with you, because because the communities, especially are in these cities, in this surrounding area, there's a lot of these communities. And, when they start saying that you're one of them, like they start telling me, oh, this guy's an Arab. This guy's an Arab, man. No, that's all bullshit. Look at his real face. Go look. You see it? Oh my God, that's what he really looks like. Yeah, but he looks like a Saudi mixed with an Italian. Yeah, he's like a Saudi Italian, dude. So they were all smiling like, oh, the Saudi Italian is coming out in him. He doesn't even know it. He has no idea, but it's coming out in him. But it was shortly after that I found out, and somebody told me specifically, oh, that you have these genetics, which wasn't right, and it took me a lot in this experience in over these years to really find out where I am, what I'm about, and then okay, so that's really what it is. So that's really what I am. You know what I mean? But that was changing everything right away. I mean, I woke up, I was like, dude, ain't nobody gonna disrespect any of them. Ain't nobody gonna get in the way, and ain't nobody gonna disrespect me at the same time. You know what I mean? And it was very serious. I went to jail again, or like maybe a week after that, or 5 or 6 days after that, I was in jail again. You know what I mean? Really putting it on people, letting them know that, what I was about, that I wasn't gonna, I'm not losing mine for you, for just because you want to disrespect me or something. You ain't getting shit, nigga. I'm gonna show you what it's about. I'm gonna show you over and over again. I'm gonna show you what it's about. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, you know the rest of the story, that it unfortunately it ended, and what the situation is, but that happened in these years, but that really broke me off, because I was like, and I think people didn't like that, because I was like, dude, I'd rather be around with them, and I'm more with them than I'm with you, and I think I threw that out at people and they didn't like it, like, dude, I'm more with them than I am with you. You know what I mean? Because I was all about wife and, having a wife and marriage, you know what I mean?